Chapter 27, Gowns and Whispers. The hours leading up to the rush formal were a goddamn torture. This wasn't just another event, it was a statement. A public declaration. And, if I was being honest with myself, a massive gamble. I'd spent the hours since dropping off the invitation in a state of barely controlled chaos. The memory of her eyes sparkling with the possibility of a real future was a constant throbbing presence, fueling my desire and intensifying my frustration. But alongside the desire, a new, unfamiliar emotion had taken root: doubt. She'd agreed to the gala, yes, but with a reluctance I couldn't ignore. I was walking a tightrope, balancing between my need to claim her and my growing awareness that she wouldn't be claimed, not in the way I was used to. The fraternity house was a hive of activity, a flurry of nervous energy and last-minute preparations. Leander was polishing his shoes for the 10th time, Eros was meticulously adjusting his bow tie, and Orpheus was stuffing a small sketch pad and pencil in his breast pocket. Even the pledges, usually relegated to menial tasks, were caught up in the excitement, eager to impress the alumni and secure their place in the brotherhood. I, on the other hand, felt strangely detached from it all. The usual thrill of rush, the competitive spirit, the camaraderie, it all felt hollow, meaningless. My mind was elsewhere. With her. I showered, shaved, and dressed with meticulous care, choosing a classic black tuxedo that fit me perfectly, emphasizing my physique without being ostentatious. I wanted to look powerful. Confidence. Worthy. As I stared at my reflection in the mirror, I saw the familiar image of Apollo Polo Reyes, the golden boy, the fraternity president, the future lawyer. But beneath the surface, something had shifted. The mask felt heavier. The role more constricting. I needed this night to go perfectly. I needed to show Daphne that I was more than just a privileged frat boy, more than just a fleeting summer fling. I needed to show her that I was serious. About her. About us. And I needed to neutralize Zeph. He'd been surprisingly quiet this past weeks, which only made me more suspicious. He was planning something, I was sure of it. And I needed to be ready. I grabbed the small black velvet box from my desk, a surprise for later. It was a bold move, a risky gesture, a way of reminding her of our intimacy, of asserting my claim. But I also hoped it would be seen as a gift. A token of my affection. I slipped the box into my pocket, the weight of it a constant reminder of the stakes. Then, I headed to her cottage. The drive felt agonizingly slow. My hands were tight on the steering wheel, my foot pressing a little too hard on the accelerator. I replayed every possible scenario in my mind, rehearsing my lines, anticipating her reactions. When I arrived, the cottage was bathed in a warm, inviting glow. Soft music drifted from the open windows, and the scent of something sweet and floral hung in the air. I took a deep breath, trying to calm the frantic beat of my heart, and knocked on the door. Riv answered, their expression guarded. But they stepped aside, allowing me to enter. And then I saw her. Daphne. Standing in the middle of the living room, bathed in the soft lamplight, looking breathtaking. She was wearing a floor-length gown, a deep emerald green that made her eyes look even more vibrant, more captivating. The dress clung to her curves, showcasing her figure in a way that was both elegant and incredibly sensual. Her back was bare, the skin smooth and flawless, inviting my touch. Her dark hair was styled in an updo, revealing the delicate line of her neck, the silver earrings I'd given her glinting in the light. I felt my breath catch in my throat. My carefully rehearsed words evaporated, replaced by a raw, unfiltered admiration. You look incredible," I managed to say, my voice husky, the words inadequate to express the impact she had on me. She blushed, a delicate pink that spread across her cheeks and down her neck. "Thank you," she whispered, her gaze meeting mine, then quickly darting away. I offered her my arm, the gesture formal, almost old-fashioned, but it felt right. Necessary. She hesitated for a moment, then slipped her hand through my arm, the contact sending a jolt of electricity through me. The drive to the venue, a grand historic hotel overlooking Long Island Sound, was filled with a nervous, almost palpable tension. We made small talk, about her art, my fraternity, the upcoming semester, but the unspoken desire, the memory of our previous encounters, hung heavy in the air. As we walked through the hotel lobby, I felt the eyes on us, the whispers, the speculative glances. I knew what they were thinking, the golden boy and the artist. The unlikely pair. The mismatched couple. But I didn't care. I held my head high, my grip on Daphne's arm tightening slightly, a silent message of support, of possession. I was proud to be with her. More than proud. The ballroom was a dazzling spectacle of opulence. Crystal chandeliers glittered, casting a warm golden glow on the elegantly dressed guests. Tables draped in white linen were laden with silver and crystal, and a live band played soft jazz. I introduced her to my parents, the moment I'd been both dreading and anticipating. My father predictably was reserved, his gaze assessing, his handshake firm but brief. My mother, however, surprised me. She was gracious, welcoming, even warm. She complimented Daphne's dress, her earrings, her unique style. She even engaged her in a conversation about art, a topic I knew my father considered frivolous. Throughout the evening I kept Daphne close, my hand resting on the small of her back, a constant, reassuring presence. I introduced her to countless people, navigated the social complexities of the event, trying to make her feel comfortable, to show her that she belonged. And she did. She held her own, charming my brothers, engaging in intelligent conversations with alumni. But I also saw the strain, the effort it took for her to maintain that composure, to navigate this alien world. I saw the flicker of anxiety in her eyes, the slight tremor in her hand when she accepted a glass of champagne. I knew I was asking a lot of her. I was throwing her into the deep end, exposing her to the scrutiny, the judgment, the expectations of my world. Time equals 500 milliseconds, greater than, but I also knew that she was strong. She was resilient. She was extraordinary.